Hi folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. It's been a little while, but I've been super busy. And I'm not complaining at all, but I finally got a bit of time and a bit of time to make a couple more videos for you. So it's that time of year now. We're back into late summer, early autumn. Fish are right high up in the water, and we all know on the menu now are popper fry. You've got fry patterns, snail patterns, and daddy longlegs patterns, and this is another daddy longlegs variant. This is a real disturbance pattern. This one, this is definitely a pulling daddy longlegs. It's a booby version, so I hope you enjoy this. This is one that I've used a lot over the last few years, and I thought I'd share it with you. Right, hook and device is a 175 nymph, and thread I'm going to be using today is a UTC 70 in brown. So let's just get that caught onto the hook and we'll get going. As always folks, if you enjoy these videos, please click like, click subscribe, leave a comment, and if there's anything in particular you'd like to see, just drop me a line down there and I'll see what I can do for you. So this has got a little bit of flash in it, a little bit of all sorts. So the first thing I'm going to tie in here is a single strand of crystal flash. This is just pearl crystal flash. I'm going to bend that in half, okay, and I'm just going to catch that in. There's got loads of flash in it, but just a little something to catch the glint as you're pulling this through the wave. It's an ideal pattern for fishing big wavy days on reservoirs like Graffham is where I use this a lot, and other places, Rutland, Pittsford obviously, etc, etc. So this bottom layer here of this flash, we're just going to trim off just past the bend of the hook there, just to give you a little tag at the end there. Okay, we're also going to put a little body on this. First thing I'm going to touch in is a little bit of rib, so you just got a little bit of gold there, a little bit of gold flash there. Just going to catch that in, bring it down. You could probably do this without the body in it, but it's part of the pattern, so we'll leave it in there. The body itself is just a couple of strands of pheasant tail. Okay, and just a couple of strands of natural pheasant tail I'm going to select there, cut them out, catch them in by the thick end, and work your thread up. And this is unusual for a booby because normally I tie in the eyes first, as you've seen in my previous videos, but this one, because we want everything to be pushed backwards and swept backwards, I'm going to actually tie the eyes in last. So anyway, let's bring this body up here, just nice touch and turns all the way up. This is great on the point of any tip line, floating line. As I said, the bigger the wave the better for this. It really creates a disturbance when those fish are high and scuttling after daddy longlegs. This has been lethal. I was first shown this pattern by an Irish lad I shared a boat with on Rutland on a match one year. His name escapes me now, but I'm sure I'll remember after I do this video. And he was adamant that this is a very successful pattern for him. Just bring that rib back up afterwards. But I don't think I'm sharing any top secret patterns. This is just a good looking little pulling fly. And catch that in up here. Okay, trim that off, and then we're going to tie in the legs. So knotted pheasant tail as per for these patterns. Just going to bring that in and select myself half a dozen of the knotted pheasant tail from there, pull them off, and then separate them. So 3 and 3, okay, like that. I'm going to try and tie them in either side of the body. So I'm going to offer them up, just angle them down slightly, and I want the length of them to come a fair way past the back of the hook gun. This isn't a comp legal fly by any means. You can make this comp legal, of course, but I want it to come further back than the flash there at the back there. So that's going to do me somewhere around about there. So as long as I've got 3 on either side, not that the fish can count, but it just makes for the pattern to look nice and tidy. And I'll just catch those in. Yeah, I'm happy with that. They're nice and swept backwards. That'll do me nicely. Just trim off the waist, and then standard with a daddy pattern. We want a couple of wings in there, so I'm going to take a couple of these finer feathers from this cock hackle here. This is just a brown cock hackle. Just select a couple of finer feathers out of there, and like that. and they're going to be my wings. Okay, so one either side, about just a bit shorter than the legs. So one in my side, one in your side. Just going to come in a bit shorter than the legs, almost the length of that crystal flash we've got tied in the back there. Would be perfect. Excellent. It's cool, nice and equal both sides. Lovely. And trim off the waist. I'm going to tie another little flash here, just tie it up there. Put another little strand of crystal flash in the top here. Just again, one piece there, and just double it over. And bring it back. Okay. This one I'm going to trim off a little bit longer than the one underneath. Still not quite as long as these legs, but just a little bit longer than the one underneath. Lovely. Now, for adding a bit of attraction, and why not, we're going to put in an orange foam body. We know how successful the orange foam back daddies are. So there's your orange cylinder, there's your orange foam there. I'm just going to off that and just catch that in, leaving myself a bit of space up here all the time. This is where I'm going to finish everything off up here. So just bring that in, catch that down. Lovely. And that body is only going to come out just past the bend of the hook here. Okay, so you're going to, with the body, we're going to trim that off just about there. It's not a massive long body, but it's enough to give you that suggestion, which is what this is all about, which is what so many flies are all about. Okay, now we want to get the wing in here, and for that we come back to this just cheap hen. Okay, just a brown hen, this one. Select a couple of fibres out of that, strip back the rubbish. Okay, so we've got two fibres there, strip back the rubbish. I'm just going to catch them in here at the front and wind backwards like that. Trim off this rubbish. Take your hackle pliers and just wind everything back a couple of turns. Just bring it all back a couple of turns. Once, twice, just teasing out all these fibres as we do it. They don't get trapped. That's it. That lovely fuss that we want out of the wing of a daddy long legs, and then work your thread through a couple of times. Trim off this rubbish at the back here. The hackle pliers are still attached to, and then just wet your finger slightly, tease everything backwards, and come in and just tidy that head up a bit. There we go, like that. So it's all nice and swept back. Look at that, loads of fuss in there. Now we're just going to whip finish that. We're just going to throw in a quick whip finish there. Love these fussy flies, they look great when they get pulled through the water. Now on top of that, we're going to take your brown foam cylinder, and I've actually pre-formed the eyes, the cut little booby eyes, and I've actually pre-formed them like that. Okay, to the usual, when you're doing it this way, just a couple of turns of thread round it to form your booby eyes like so. Okay, so they're already on the thread there, and then you're just going to bring that round and up towards the head of the fly. So that's all the way in. Catch them in. Lovely. And then just bring it round in a couple of figure of eights. Gives you a better finish this way by doing it this way. Lovely. And when they're in position, just bring that forward and finish off under the eye. Just slipped. Put it down nice and tight. Just get that into shape to where it needs to be. That's it. And there you have it. It's a lovely swept back pulling booby. Little drop of varnish in there to finish. Creates loads and loads of disturbance, loads and loads of fuss in the water. A little bit of varnish just in there just to finish that. Just under there like that. Great little pulling flies, as you can see. Nice little bit of sparkle, but not too much. But that, when you chuck back through a wave, the bow waves just come out of nowhere. Keep pulling as those waves come out, and then they fish just slam these patterns. They absolutely slam them. So there you are, something a little bit different for you. I hope you enjoyed this. They're quite a nice, fun little flight attire, these ones, and definitely worth having 1 or 2 in your boxes. You can vary the colour of the backs of these. You have the natural foams, you can do all the tans, whatever else you want, but I like the oranges, just give you that little bit more appeal. If you enjoyed that, as always, click like and click subscribe. Any suggestions for the next video, please just leave a comment down in the comments box, and I hope to get back to you soon with another couple of patterns. Thanks very much. Tight lines, folks. Bye bye.